Alright, so a very good day to all traders. This is Rain, founder of Forex Hundred Academy Private Limited. Today we are going through the 12 chart currency market analysis. Just before that, I'd like to thank Alp Social because we are their preferred education provider. Every Wednesday we are looking to do this live session with you. Right now we are just figuring out a couple of times between 6 p.m. they're about to 7 p.m. Singapore time to see which timing is better for our crowd. In the past experience, the better timing is actually at 9 a.m. So we will see how it goes. We will try it a couple of weeks and we will fix the time. And of course, if we are doing on morning, most likely it will be Thursday instead of Wednesday. Alright, so that is what we are looking at. We will have a couple of tests and see which timing suits our trader better. So Alp Social is a leading online finance forum that you get to interact with different traders sharing trades, not just in the forex industry, in other financial industry as well, which includes also insurance as well as property investment and stuff like that. Alright, so let us get into this analysis. Alright, so let's get started. Euro dollar, let's have a look on the daily chart. We can see the market is moving a bearish movement. Alright, there is an initial break over here, then the market moved lower, but it pretty much straddled within this area, alright, of consolidation. Heading down to the 4-hour chart, we can see that there is a break above, close above twice, then market retest, breaking the support over here. The support was broken at this area. Heading to the 1-hour chart, on the 1-hour chart we can see is a very bearish move. Back to daily chart while I share with you my analysis. Hi Shachin, thanks for dropping by. Hope you enjoyed this session. Alright, so on the daily chart, there is my analysis. This is the sell zone I'm looking at. Head down to 4-hour chart. If you have watched my weekly market analysis, I did say that for these what you call the shark pattern, it will be invalid once it hit 5th of March 10 p.m. UTC timing, that is 8 hours before us. So shark pattern no longer valid. Bat pattern still kind of valid. No, bat pattern is also not valid because it has pushed below C. So traders do take note of details of such. So I'm going to remove this. This is a ABCD pattern. Alright, so it touches this price and it slides downwards. Unfortunately, it's not a setup that I can trade due to the reward is the risk and setup of the trade. It's fine, so we delete this off. And traders, have a look over here. What are the potential patterns is setting up? I'll give you about 10 seconds, shout out the answer. Alright, and we see how it goes. Alright. Alright, time's up. Let us take a look over here. Market from high to low. Alright. A retracement hit 61.8. What does it tell you? Alright, a deep Gartley formation. So this is the pattern over here. X to A to B, B to C, and CD completion higher in this area, thereabout. Alright, so this is the Gartley formation that just been formed. And of course, we don't expect it to form up so fast, alright, based off the 4-hour time frame. Because of this market movement, let me just adjust it a bit to my more of the potential setup. So moving back up to the daily chart to make the adjustment of the sell zone, back to 4 hour. All right, so one thing good about this godly pattern, if fall within this sell zone on a higher time frame, head down to 1 hour chart. This is pretty much what we see. Market came down, sideways movement, breakdown, sideways movement again. So you can see that there is a consistent across many currency pair that market is moving this way. All right, market is moving this way, having consolidation, and consolidation like this can move two ways. It can either continue its movement, all right, or it can turn and have a counter trend move. That means it reverse via a double bottom or just a V bottom movement. All right, so this is a couple of things that we observe. So if in doubt, just wait, because let's say you are waiting for a counter trend movement, you can definitely wait for the market to head towards the direction before retracement, before engage the trade. Or if trending downwards, you can definitely wait for it to break downwards, come back and retest the level and look for shorting opportunity as well. All right, so there's no need to be ahead of the market should you want to reduce your risk. That is all for euro dollar. Let us head down to the pound dollar currency pair. I'll be moving from this currency top to bottom, so you know what is coming up soon. And if you happen to trade those currency pair, get ready of your questions, get ready of your analysis, and see how alike or different our analysis is, and understand the rationale behind it, and ultimately make your decision how you want to trade by yourself. All right, so go down to the pound dollar. On the daily chart, we can see that it has been breaking new high, and this is a retracement move. Head down to the 4 hour chart, it came back down to a retracement potential buy zone area. You can see market went up, consolidate, went up, came down as a retracement. Head down to 1 hour chart, this is what we see over here. So back to daily chart, this is what I have. Based off the daily chart, I do have a bullish shark pattern. Is forming at 1.2370. We won't know whether it will form up, so do not short from C all the way to D, because it's only a harmonic pattern once it reaches the D price. All right, and when it reaches the D price, the market has to slow down. Head down to 4 hour chart, you will see that this is the bracket of buy zone that I bracket out earlier on. So it has touched the minimum criteria of a buying opportunity over here. So not for me yet, because I will need a minimum double bottom over here to buy up this trade, right, to trade upwards. Hi Bihui. So head down to 1 hour chart. This is what I got it over here. So there are a couple of approach. Traders, if you are sharp enough, you should able to see the setup. What can I do to engage a buying? So let's say on the 4 hour time frame, on the two ends of the buy zone, if I want to engage, and this is purely my trading rules, all right, you need not follow it. All right, so I need a double bottom, a retest over here before I can buy it up, and I need to see a divergence over here. All right, on the two ends. That's the rule I have. And let me just clear this up first. So I can't engage the trade based on double bottom right now, even I feel that it is a potential for me to trade. If we head back to daily chart, you can see that it's quite an aggressive move, even on 4 hour chart. If I hide my analysis, you can see that market went up, consolidate, went up higher, and a retracement. So what can I do? Share some thoughts in, answer will be out in 5 seconds. Alright, so time's up. So when I hit down to 1 hour chart, because my eyes read a different language, my eyes do read the candle. These are known as a candlestick, or a candlestick is a representation of how market move within the stipulated time frame. In this case, each bar open and close at 1 hour because of 1 hour chart. So when I see a pattern movement like this, I can suspect a harmonic pattern. So hit down to 15 minutes time frame. So it might be clearer for you, it might be not so clear for you. Go to the time frame that is more obvious for you. But to me, these can work on either time frame. So the market came to 61.8, and that will signal you as a godly trade. So this trade is still not valid because we have additional rules to engage this trade. So in order to be a godly, it has to retrace a bit more. Alright, meaning to say that this level C price have to go higher, perhaps at about 1.3163 before I can trade it somewhere over here as a deep godly formation. So at times I love to plot it out. Usually a pattern setup, I'll wait for it to form up first before I share this pattern. But I love to do it as a draft. I love to do it as a draft so that I know what I'm looking for. Alright, hi Eugene. So if you love this, click as much like as you can. It's fun to see those likes flying around and hearts and stuff like that. So I was sharing that earlier on this 4-hour time frame. If I hide it, we can see that this is a potential buy zone. Market came down. My way to engage on the two extreme of the rectangle that I plotted out is to wait for a double bottom. So a double bottom did not form, and as I went down to a lower time frame, I see this formation because my intention is look for a buying opportunity, because on a 4-hour time frame I have labeled buy zone. So it is psychologically affecting a trader if you see that the market hit a buy zone and you choose to sell, isn't it? So on 1 hour chart, I see this pattern and I suspect having a M or W like pattern, there might be a harmonic pattern following up. So I pull out my Fibonacci and realize that C price have to retrace more in order for this harmonic bullish godly to be valid. And this is very important because many other schools don't teach you other filters, and you just blindly say I'll buy up here, and you can see that if the market have not completed the harmonic pattern, you are actually not trading a harmonic pattern. All right, so pound dollar. So this is a couple of tricks that I use in TradingView. I'll click a first color over here that it seems red to me. I'm a bit color deficiency, yeah. So the first color to me is an indication that something is brewing, burning hot red. If I change it to the last color, which I see it as a purple, the second last purple color, it means that I have engaged this trade and waiting for take profit or hitting stop loss. All right, so these are some markings. If you are trading couple of currency, it's good to have markings so you know what you are waiting for. I don't know, it's because I'm trading too many pairs or it's just age. I can't remember that well. 12 currency pair across 3 different time frames, sometimes even 4 time frames, so you add up, yeah. And I do trade 10 different trading strategies. So that's 600 possibility, yeah. Okay, so that's that. Head down to the dollar yen, very interesting pair. Today at a networking session, there are people telling me that a US dollar crash. I say, oh yeah, you say told me that US dollar crashed these few days. I said, where does your crash come from? Because on daily chart it is just consolidating and it's not moving, unless you are telling me this 1 minute chart, and I don't see any huge depreciation. Maybe this part over here. Alright, so I don't go to a time frame like that. If you trade it this way, every day their market crashes. Yeah, so I don't do that. Yeah. Okay, so jokes aside, back to the daily chart. So this is the dollar yen chart. Very bullish, crazily bullish pair. So take note of that. Counter trend traders, dollar yen might be not the best trade for you to do counter trend trading move. So what does counter trend trading move means? Meaning you say that when you see market is moving downwards, you're looking for buying opportunity. When market is moving upwards, you're looking for selling opportunity. All right, that's the meaning of counter trend move. All right, so head down to the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, we can see that different picture. Market came up. There's a consolidation over here. Consolidation can work two ways. Either market break upwards or break downwards. Then at this point of time, some traders are, hey, yeah, I know that too, you know. So what I mean is that it can be a double top over here. Market came up, retrace, went up, and crashed downwards towards a retracement level, a pullback. Or market can go up, having a consolidation and move higher, breaking upwards. So let's say you are very conservative traders, or you're like, hey, I want a clearer indication. What can you do? You can wait for the market movement first, then wait for retracement, and you traded when the opportunity arises. You traded towards the first intent movement of such structure. Alright, so having with that, you will have a clearer idea where is the first target is going to terminate. Head down to 1-hour chart. Let's see what we have. Alright, this is what we have over here. Alright, went up, market consolidation. Back to daily chart, I'll share my analysis. Very simple. This is the daily time frame potential selling opportunity, sell zone over here. Alright, head down to 4-hour. At 4-hour, you can see I plot something very different. So what is your thoughts? Key that in, and I'll get back to you in about 5 seconds time to review the answer. So please do key that in. Alright, time's up. So over here, there are two approaches I am looking at. More towards the 1-hour time frame. So that is the catch. The one movement it can go is a double top movement on the lower time frame, which we'll go into. On a 4-hour chart, it can be a bullish flag pattern, meaning market consolidate and it may break upwards. However, I have a different thoughts. Let's see clearly. Alright, so when market having a double top over here, I did say that a likelihood for the market to come down will be within this box area, which means the early termination will be this price 111.49, the later termination will be this price 111.31. So how do I derive that? The previous consolidation over here. So having that said, here there is a double top movement. It did happen. So I was drafting. You see that I'm drawing in a bit of no man's land. Alright, I was drafting, having a draft to know what I'm looking for. If you trace downwards, you can see that the RSI was here and it went so much lower. This is what we call it a RSI divergence. So having a aggressive double top trading opportunity, I need a divergence to trade it downwards. However, the double top, if you are very strict by how to see the candle close, it has formed at this price. Yeah, so it have very short retracement. So at this current moment, I'm not very comfortable with this entire move. What I'll be doing is to wait. Alright, so I'll wait for the market to move either upwards or towards this area, a retracement, before engage the trade. There's no need for you to engage the trade because you are looking at certain currency pair. So just take note of that. Yeah. So head back to the daily chart while we move down to Euro Yen. Euro Yen on the daily chart, we can see the market has a very sharp, strong, determined upward movement. You may see that, hey Rain, what you are saying, this movement is very small. Look at the price on the right side. It's 1.24 to 1.27 ish. It's 300 pips move. So don't get fooled because the chart always compress and fit to screen size, as over here is the Asian market flash crash. Alright, so that is the reason it's being compressed, and movement of such is very rare, very rare, and hardly happen. Maybe nowadays once a year or twice a year, and that's all you have. And market open like 5 days a week, 24 hours a day. Alright, so it's pretty rare. And I realized that and observed that many of these incidents, when it happen, is when the market loses the volatility. So many of times, or rather all the times that when the market have this kind of crazy move, flash crash, none of our disciplined traders are caught in the move. Alright, none of such reported that they got in and the market just wiped them out because of this movement. Because when the market went silent, there is zero trading opportunity, at least is zero trading opportunity for us. There isn't a clear sign for buy or sell opportunity. Alright, so we are not involved, hence not caught in the move. Alright, so market did break above and close above the structure over here. Take note, very bullish indeed. Head down to 4-hour chart. Now you can see it's a very bullish move, isn't it? Keep on breaking new high over here and a retracement. It doesn't break the previous support, so it's giving you a clue. In fact, it came down and retest an important level that I am looking for buying opportunity. Alright, very strong. Head down to 1-hour chart. This is what I see over here. Alright, so we have covered a couple of few. Maybe we have to replot the chart a bit. This is what I have. This is on a daily chart, a potential resistance. Can look for a selling opportunity. Head down to 4-hour chart. This was my buy zone, and it's still my buy zone, the area that I'm looking for buying opportunity. You can see that the market came down, have my favorite signal, which in class we call this a magic candle, or better known as a doji. Then market reversed and went upwards. So in hope of this movement based off the 4-hour chart, I'm waiting for a double bottom to trade upwards. Sounds familiar? Sounds like it's cousin dollar yen, isn't it? Is it dollar yen or pound dollar? Sorry, pound dollar. Alright, it came down. Let me just hide this first. But it doesn't have this magic candle or the what we call the doji over here. But it is on the box. Look at this price. The market traded on the box. Alright, it didn't break towards or inside the box. So head back to our Euro Yen trade. Head down to 1 hour now. 4 hour, our focus is looking for buying opportunity, so I will just focus on buying opportunity. Alright, so if you know harmonic pattern, lucky you. And if you learn from us, even double lucky you, because you are learning the right way to trade harmonic pattern. There are a lot of filters that we use, simple filters that get you not involved in trades that is not valid. So traders, what do we have over here? Eugene, you are rather quiet today. So what do we hear over here? What do we hear over here? What am I talking about? So what do we have over here? What kind of pattern? Key that in. And there are again two potential answers. Depends how your eyes are tuned. Alright, for me, there will be a bad pattern over here. X to A to B, B to C, CD completion, 88.6. This is your bad formation. Bearish shark, let us take a look shortly. Very good, I am expecting that as well. Okay, so I have a bat formation. Why am I looking for a bat formation? Because on the 4-hour chart, this was the buy zone, remember? So my plan is looking for a buying opportunity and I'm not focusing on selling opportunity. Nothing wrong with that. You can always enter as a counter trend trade. The other formation that is possible, alright, is this Gartley formation. Alright, Gartley formation, terminate at 61.8 over here. Alright, but it's still not valid yet. So let me just draft it out for you. What say you, Boon Hui? Alright, so over here can be a Gartley formation. Something like that. Change the color a bit. This can be a Gartley formation, but it may need more retracement for it to be valid. Alright, so let me just delete this because I want to use the more valid pattern. Alright, that's how you read the chart, very important. Shark formation, let us just double check. Yep. Well done. Shark formation is valid for me as well. Let me just explain to you. But I would really prefer this bat to form up first. But when bat is form up, then your shark will be invalid. Either way, alright? Either one of it form up first, the other pattern formation will be invalid. So this is the pattern that I'm looking at for a shark. Are you looking at the same pattern, Eugene? Yep, possible Gartley, too early to tell. But if the Gartley have a likelihood of completing at the bad pattern zone and stuff like that, I will just go straight to trade it as a bet. And this can be a trade that we can post to our community. Alright, so it's still about 70 pips apart before hitting the potential buying opportunity. And of course, this shark pattern, watch it clearly, Eugene. If it go a bit deeper, downwards, it may invalidate the shark pattern. So remember that for shark traders, don't get caught by the shark. Yeah. Alright, so over here on 1 hour chart, there's a pattern, so I'll do a marking. So it's easy for me to come back and wait for the setup. And alternatively, if you're a paid subscribe member, you can even set an alert. Alright, so the alert I can write, I always love to write the time frame. If not, I'm lost which time frame I'm looking at. Then I'll have my secret code that indicate it's a bad pattern. Not that I don't want the whoever behind the desk know what I'm looking for. It's more for convenience sake. Alright, and can write in buy zone. So it will drop me a SMS once it reached the level. And I need not be in front of the chart all the time. Alright, so likewise over here, I can draft something like a add alert. Same, it's a H1 chart, but it's a shark pattern coming up. Right, and this is at the sell zone. And at times I can even add up, this is a counter trend trade. Alright, so that's that for Euro Yen. Any questions? Well done, well done. So it is always good for traders to actually share their analysis, because different traders look at different things. And I was pretty much waiting for the other alternative answer to be up. Well done, well done. Very good, very good. Give yourself a pat on the shoulder. Hi Noel. Welcome, welcome. So like our Facebook page if you have not done so. Like www.facebook.com/forex100.org. Let us head down to the pound yen. This is the pound yen chart. What happened to the pound? Very bullish movement over here. Alright, and this is not a harmonic pattern. We have checked it many weeks ago. On the daily chart, this is what we see, a very classic movement, upward trending movement pattern. Head down the 1 hour chart. So this pair currently nothing much for me. Let us see how it goes. Share my analysis. Yes, indeed. On the 1 hour chart, this was the buy zone. Let us take a look later. So on the 4 hour chart, we can see that there's a bullish flag pattern. It has completed. Right now there's a bit of retracement. There are potential buying opportunity at this area, but not so much for me. I don't usually love to look for buying opportunity after it trade off the what you call the box itself, meaning to say that when you trade off the flag pattern, if you trace downwards, I am not very interested. Although we can do a test over here. Yep, not very interested for myself based off this time frame, based off this formation. Head down to 1 hour time frame. So what are the other opportunity I can look for? Of course, I can wait for harmonic pattern to form up as time fall, alright, as time happens, or I can just leave the trade alone, or I can look for a counter trend move. Nothing much on a 1 hour time frame. Head down to 15 minutes time frame. Is there anything that caught your eyes? You might have a deep crab formation forming up. Traders, please check your statistics. Traders, please check your statistics. Over here, it may terminate at this price 146.09. So right now I still don't quite look into crab pattern for the moment, but for the fun of it, why not? We just plot it out. I can't squeeze this chart, so let me just really draft it out. Alright, so check your stats on your end. X to A to B. Nope, I don't think it's valid. Alright, so it may look something like this. Students, please double check your statistics. It may not be valid on my end based off these stats over here. Alright. Oh yeah, it's valid. Alright, so over here is a potential bullish deep crab. Head back to 1 hour chart and see where it terminates at this price. Draw your horizontal line across, click it, change it. Alright, so look left, nothing much apart from this movement, and it's not exactly very nice. So this is the potential area. You can wait for a buying opportunity. It may even stretch a bit lower because of this tail over here. Just take note. Check your stats on this. Okay. So yep, that's pound yen. Let us head down to check your data. Yeah, what I mean is check your data. Alright, on the New Zealand yen, what we can see, market came down, went up, have a retracement. Retracement does not fulfill the plan of a harmonic pattern, then it just moving nowhere, heading to the 4-hour chart. This is what we see: market breaking upwards, upwards, then it came down, retracement, nothing much for me as well. On the 4-hour chart, look closely, yeah, later we'll come back to this. 1-hour chart, nothing much for me. Head back to daily chart. This is what I have. Based off the tail over here, New Zealand yen, if it came down, then it might have a bullish shark formation, trading opportunity. You can see that it's pretty easily plotted out for the New Zealand yen based off the daily chart. I just plot the support resistance. Take note that the market has break above and close above the high price over here, the resistance. So resistance has been broken, market did came down, but take note of that, it shows weakness of selling opportunity. Alright, so this is what we have on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, so let us just check this movement. Still too early to tell. You might have a fib 3 bet formation, okay, for your buying opportunity. Alright, take note of that. The buying opportunity is sounds good for me, because over here on the 1-hour time frame you can see that the market already clearly break above and close above the high. Not just on the 4-hour time frame, it has break above, close above the high. Not just on that, if you head down to daily chart, you can see that it also break above the high and close above it. Back to the 1-hour time frame. This is what I have over here, nothing much for me. Alright, so head down to New Zealand dollar. So I've gone through half of the currency pair. Should you have any questions, just type it up on the chat group, the live session over here. And of course, if you are watching the playback, like to join us live, just like our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/forex100.org. Alright, so I saw some setup over here, not sure if you have spotted it. On the daily chart, we can see market came up, retraces, and have a bit of consolidation. Head down to 4-hour chart, this is what I see. A potential pattern may form up soon. 1-hour chart, nothing much, it just keep on going downwards. Back to daily chart. Yep, so this is what I see. If you focus on the black line, you can see a potential ascending triangle. Then the market break downwards, so you have to observe closely over here. And on the daily chart, New Zealand dollar, there is a buying opportunity on the bullish Gartley formation, the yellow one. The gray show you a potential shark pattern, and the cyan show you a potential butterfly pattern. So I love to use color code, is so much easier for me when I'm waiting for a trading opportunity. Alright, so these are some of the notes that I do along the way. This harmonic butterfly pattern still valid, take note of that. Why I can't squeeze it? Weird. Maybe I have to refresh this thing, but just let's just don't bother that first. So maybe I just refresh, just give me a while. Reload. Alright, so okay, so at 0.70 it could be a price thereabout for buying opportunity over here. Very good. Alright, so let's see how it form up. Likelihood that it won't, but we'll see how it goes. Anything else you guys see over here? Have you spotted anything else? Let's try this. Nope, not valid for a shark pattern. So you can see the difference when you're having this function of hiding your analysis. You get to see very clearly. There's no need for you to delete everything and replot it again every day. So pretty good. Alright, another easy way to trade is this is the support level. So just wait for buying opportunity at support level. That could be one. Alright. And I will wait for a double bottom to look for a buying opportunity. Alright. Alright, sorry about that. There's an alert for me to go Facebook Live, because last week we tried about 8 p.m. Let us head to the Australian dollar. Do you spot anything? So market come into consolidation at this price. Movement, head down to the 4-hour chart. This is the market movement, and head down to 1 hour. This is what we have. So back to the daily chart. On the higher time frame, daily chart, this is a potential sell zone as a counter trend trade, cause previous high. 4-hour chart, there's a few of sell up. The back pattern shouldn't be valid for me anymore. Yep. So once it's invalid, delete it. Over here, the godly pattern, not valid anymore. Alright, so you can see that the market has really break off of structure. So this was the past analysis on the double bottom. Very good trade over here. Hit down to the 1 hour time frame, and these are also patterns that is no longer valid. So take note of the market. Every time the market is telling you something, you can see that there is a market consolidation over here. So once there is a consolidation like this, even you have a pattern, I get very careful about it, because once it's break below and close below out of the structure against the direction I'm trading, I will engage and intervene and exit the trade right away, because I am also a breakout trader. So I do trade this pattern. That doesn't mean that I will short it all the way down. Yeah, so it depends on case-to-case basis. So head down to 15 minutes for this case. You can see that a lot of gibberish movement, and over here is a pretty much a wedge. Okay, a wedge is many of times traders are looking for a reversal trade. So not quite sure of such movement, because if you are looking for buying opportunity, great reward is to risk right now, because let's say your risk, you put it like 10 pips below the low. Let us try rectangle. Alright, so this is my entry price, and the low price is 7024. So my stop loss like 7014. This is my stop loss. Alright, so this is my stop loss that I'm looking at. And where is my potential profit? Very good, Eugene. Where is your head and shoulder? You want to plot it out on your end and paste it on this chat. Alright, so over here, this was the previous support turn resistance. Can this be the price that I'm looking as a target? Yes, you can. Alright, so over here, this is my reward at this price. Isn't that beautiful? Definitely you have a 2-1 ratio. So this is aggressive trader. They'll be looking for such opportunity. Take note over here, there is a RSI divergence as well. Why is the chart against me today? Alright, so it's movement something like this. RSI divergence, very strong divergence when the market is moving downwards. Take note of potential reversal trade setup. And of course, if you want to see the reward is to risk, it's very easy on trading view, just click here, done. All right, drag it to the level we're looking at, 2:1 ratio, 2.1. All right, so 2.1 is to 1. That means you're risking $1 to earn $2.10. How good is that? So that is for you, aggressive trader, to think about it. Quite a good trade setup over here. Eugene, where's your head and shoulder? I kind of know what you're looking at, but I just want to be sure. Alright, so just post that up. I will just skip this first. Waiting for your post, yeah. So head down to Australia CAD, Australia Canada. Alright, so let us have a look. Australia and Canada have an upward movement, then it just go shaking downwards, yeah. For our chart, this is what we have. Have a feel of the chart first, yeah. Head down to 1 hour, this is what you have. Back to the daily chart, share my analysis. So this is a two crazy pattern. Let me just head up to weekly chart to show you. There is a two butterfly pattern set up on a higher time frame. Potential, but unlikely. Head to the daily time frame. This is what we see. Market moving bigger and bigger on the expand outwards. On the what you call the 1 hour chart, there is a butterfly pattern opportunity based off the 1 hour time frame. X to A, A to B, B to C, and extended upwards. Very good, very good setup. Alright, so back to 4 hour chart. To some of you, maybe at 4 hour chart is much clearer. So at this price, it can be a trading opportunity, and this is just a draft, yeah. So it can be a trading opportunity because there are so many other rules to check. There are about 3 more rules to check. So one is valid. I will share with my subscriber, all right, what I'm looking at, and they can have a look as well. So at 0.9523 thereabout, the price, I'm looking for shorting opportunity as a counter trend move. All right, so this is what we have over here for this trading opportunity. All good. Oh, can't paste the image. Why not you try to post it on your trading view, then you share the link over here. I thought it can be pasted. Yeah, sorry for that. All right, so let us head down to dollar, or we can go to a 15 minutes time frame to see if there's any setup. Nothing much for me. Yep, not even a double bottom for me. Alright, so let us head to dollar CAD. Got about 3 more pairs before we end the session. So if you have anything, post it right up, yeah. Very nice movement on dollar CAD. So dollar CAD on daily chart, market move up, came down, retraces, then break downwards, then have this kind of movement. Absorb the chart a bit and share with me what do you see. Head down to 4 hour chart, market move up, came down and break upwards, and this is 1 hour chart. Back to the daily chart while I share my analysis. First, concentrate on the pink movement. Over here, you have your potential bad pattern forming at 1.2893. Not very nice, still too early to tell. So usually I will wait for the market to move, break. Sorry. This bad pattern is invalid. Market came up, alright, came down, formed this bad pattern. It should go downwards, but it has created a new high. Why is it invalid, guys? You have to focus a bit to be able to see it. Let me just shift this first. Why is it invalid? Why, for this example, I can't just shift my C point over here? Yep, I know you can't do the screenshot. Are you able to publish a analysis, Eugene? You publish, there will be a URL, you paste the URL in this chat room, then I'll just open it from there. You think it's possible? Just do a simple one without much comments. Yep, you should post it, able to post it immediately. So over here, take a look first on the bad pattern. Why this bad pattern? It was the C price was here. Why for this bad pattern I cannot shift the C and wait for the retracement downwards? Give you about 10 seconds to look at it. Any idea? Alright, yeah, because the C price is over here, but X to A to B, B to C, C to D completion. But if I shift it over here, that will be X to A to B. Alright, so it has turned a potential bad pattern to a godly pattern. So I have to wait for the C price termination before I can complete this movement. Alright, so take note, bad no longer valid, waiting for a godly instead. Then let us have a look at this shark pattern over here. So this was the shark pattern. So for shark pattern, it is still valid, yeah. It has not break out of structure. So the good thing is, let's say the market came up to the D price of the shark, we can choose to short it down and to some aggressive trader can short it all the way to the godly pattern if nothing much changed in this structure. Right, so Eugene did share about this head and shoulder formation. So on this head and shoulder formation, we spotted this he spotted this pattern. Alright, so there is another tool that you can use over here to choose the head and shoulder. Alright, so I draw the left shoulder, the neckline, then to the head, came up over here. So once I see a head and shoulder having a, this is what we call the neckline. Alright, it's just like a head, a human is doing a headstand, the head is over here, shoulder is over here. Alright, so this is a sloping neckline. So if the neckline is sloping, generally I would expect a sloping shoulder as well. Alright, so this is the area of a potential slope. Alright, a potential slope downwards. Okay, so it's a pretty large area for it for reversal, but personally I will only trade this off this sloping movement. So the head and shoulder have to come back and touch this area before it's valid for me. That's just my head and shoulder rule. You guys should know that I am very particular on my head and shoulder because I do have very good results on head and shoulder trading. Alright, good spot, very good spot. Thanks for bringing that up, and thanks for telling me that my mic is off. All good. So I'll do a recap on what I see on Australian dollar, very quick one. So being a aggressive trader, you may able to look for a buying opportunity over here. It is just a plain, very simple falling wedge formation, but it does give you a very good reward is to risk ratio. So if you choose to enter now, your stop loss is, let's say, 0.7014. Your take profit is over here. It's a 2.1:1 reward is to risk. If you are a bit of a conservative trader, because this market is just like falling, having a free fall, you are just not comfortable. Even you see this falling wedge, which typically acts as a counter trend trade, and on top of that there's a RSI divergence. There is a more motivation for it to be bullish, but a falling wedge to me is just a falling wedge. So if you want to have more confidence in this trade, you can wait for the market to actually show you that it break upwards. Then you wait for a retracement back down before you look for a buying opportunity all the way up. The thing about this is that the market may not always retrace upwards. It may go straight all the way. So the industry itself pretty much describe how the market move. What I'm trying to say is that every decision is a trade-off. There is no perfect way of doing it. Got it? So you can't say that well, I want it to be more confirmation, then I'll just wait for it to happen, then have a higher win rate. Yes, you can long at this price, that means you can buy at this price, but because of this structure, let's say the market came up, came down again, it formed this structure, this concern. The market can come back up to the previous high and move the otherwise. Alright, so these are a couple of things that you may want to think through. But some traders will just generally say that, well, falling wedge is legit for me. So the other thing that myself I'll be looking for, alright, so let me just mark up the falling wedge price. So this is the support. Love it to be blue. Color code it. Then I go off to a higher time frame because I know that 1 hour chart there's nothing. Look left. Do I see any support? Apparently there is support. Do you see the importance of color coding? If I didn't change the color, I may misread the lines and make a wrong decision analysis. So it is a support. So traders, you can really have a good thoughts whether are you going in aggressive. Aggressive doesn't mean that you overtrade. Aggressive meaning to say that after your basic candle confirmation, you like to wait for a buying opportunity. What's your thoughts, guys or ladies? Yeah, will you be doing that? Yeah, so that is pretty much the challenge that you have to think on, because this blue line does mean something to the chart. It was the previous low. Alright, so on my end, I'll see how it react the next few candle. Alright, then I will decide from there. So I'll see how the candle close. If it closes something like this, I will be very motivated to engage the trade. But if it show me a candle that look like such a strong bearish candle and it go downwards, I may not be so interested. And how the market interact with this blue line that I've plotted is very important. All right. So let us head down to the Canada Yen. Then we left with Pound Aussie, which is the last pair. Pound Aussie is a pretty interesting pair. I got lots to talk about. I'll keep it as short as possible, but it will be pretty informative and it will be a great help to you. I believe so. All right, Canada Yen on the daily chart. All right, this is what we see. Very, very bullish movement. Very, very strong uptrend movement. Market retraces and it's a different chart. Alright, so on the daily chart we can see that the market have a bearish move, then it retraces up to the previous resistance, showing weakness at this point. Take note, this is a structure over here. Head down to the 4-hour chart. So it's very important for you to see that the chart is live, yeah. So just now it jumped to a 4-hour chart, so this is a 4-hour chart, a very bullish movement. It retraces to a buy zone, so there is a bit of conflict of signal, or rather on the daily chart it met the previous support, which turns resistance, which means the restraint on upward movement over here. All right, to the 4-hour chart it gives me other clues. All right, over here is a bullish movement, market came down with test. Let's say if there's a buying opportunity, I may not want to extend my targets further than 85.20 because on the daily chart it came into as a resistance. Does it make sense to you? Alright, so to the 4-hour chart and down to the 1-hour chart, let us have a look. The market slide downwards, yeah. So let us head back to the daily chart where I'll share with you my analysis. Very simple analysis. In short, this means nothing much, yeah. So over here, this is a zone of concern. You can see how the market react. If unclear, don't trade. Simple as such. Okay, to the 4-hour chart, this is what I see over here. We may have some harmonic pattern forming up. Still too early to tell. All right, so on the 4-hour chart we do indeed have some potential movement. It really depends how the market react. So right now the market is beyond 50, so it may form a Gartley formation. In order for that to happen, the market have to reverse and retrace to a certain level before it drop downwards for a buying opportunity. All right, so that's how fast an analysis can be done, and can pretty much assure you that all my traders can do that. Yep, after a 1-day course. All right, so that's that. Head down to the 1-hour chart. This is what I see over here. Nothing much on the 1 hour for me. All right, so apart from this zone for trading, nothing much for me. All right, so head down to Pound Aussie, the interesting pair. So Pound Aussie traders, hear me out, especially Eugene. So over here there is a deep Gartley formation on the daily chart. Valid for me, not valid for some. So it's a deep Gartley formation that I shorted the market at this price. Let me just hide this chart first. You can imagine the market came down, dropped to this price, and observe the movement. Look at the price on the right. Alright, so enter at 1.8720, very sickly at the highest price. Came down, touches 1.8528. So it's a close to 200 pips movement. So I saw this formation of candle, something is not right. So what I did, I shift my stops to entry. Guess what happened today? Market came up, took out my stops in entry. 200 pips of running profit, hit stop loss at entry. How would you feel? So we do have the same experience when we are trading. This is what I call the devil's temptation. It's just lack of better words, yeah, and getting a bit dramatic, yeah. So the devil is in trading is not actually there's a devil that is behind the screen and causes you to lose money. It's more of a temptation. The market will move whatever and however it wants, yeah. It will move the way it is. Market is the king. Alright, it will move the way it is. Some will say it's a princess, yeah. So your definition, your words, doesn't matter. But it does tempt you from time to time that you see I was earning 200 pips, you know, and the market reversed against me. I should have took profit. 200 pips, that is $2,000 if you trade a standard contract. What if I'm trading 2 contracts? That is $6,000 potential if you have 3 contracts in. All right, so these are a couple of things that really affect your psychology if you are not firm and if you are not sure of your trading strategy success rate, hit rate, profitability rate. So in the future, when you engage a trade like this, the market hit down, you earn 100, 200 pips, a similar formation happen, what will you think of? You will think of exiting the trade, isn't it? Let me just shift it a bit. You think of exiting the trade because your sorry about that. Your previous experience tell you that the market has already earned 200 pips. I should exit it. That's my 4,000, 6,000 or 2,000 of profits because it's 200 pips movement and I trade standard contract or 3 contracts thereabout. So you would have this temptation of taking profit, then realize that the market slide down and hit your 200 over pips or 500 pips of profit. You go crazy, man. So this is what I call a devil's temptation. Over and over, the market will test if you're worthy to be a consistent, profitable trader. Once or twice, you might be right. You engage a trade over here, you short it down, the market retraces, yay, you earn the 200 pips, then you're laughing at those disciplined traders and say, hey, loser, I saw the market is moving, is changing, I know better. So these are the temptation, but when the market hit your profit over and over again, you might be losing more than that. You might be losing 500 and 1,000 pips. And the other thing is about if every trade, you just have to monitor it every candle by every candle. Don't you find that it's too much, too crazy for you? It's too micromanaging. Daily chart is still fine. You get to see the candle every day. Hopefully that's how you do it. 15 minutes. If this is a 15 minutes time frame chart, imagine every 15 minutes close you have to do and check the candle. That is not trading as a lifestyle. You are imprisoned yourself at the comfort of your home, so not so comfort anymore. So these are things that you really have to let it go. As I have mentioned earlier on, one nice thing about trading is that every decision is a trade-off. Yep, Eugene, as I share with you, the certain brand broker have a very different charting price. So yeah, so that's that. Don't worry so much if your candle is different from mine. It's not saying that the broker is cheating you money, but do note that you have the same neckline as me, a sloping neckline, so I do expect a lower shoulder before I engage to buy. Alright, so take note of that. So if you see different thing, you should trade based on your chart. Alright, so you have to do your own analysis for that particular chart. Alright. So over here, the good thing about this industry is very pure and very straightforward. The word trade is to trade off or to trade. Let us just check the definition, shall we? Let me just go to this and I type trading trade definition. Action to buy or sell of a good or service, alright? To buy or sell, exchange for something else. Typically a commercial transaction. Isn't that right? Very nice description. Each decision you have is exchange of something else. A something that it may be a much more profitable trade to make you to be a much more disciplined trader, but each trade you just have to guess it. Alright. Yep. So thanks for my support, my team, to answer that. Alright, so this is something that you just have to let it go. You just have to let it go, because on the daily chart, if you are trading that, yes, high tendency of sold. If you choose not to shift your stop loss entry, it's fine. But what if the market go against you and you hit losses? So these are some considerations you have to think of and see which are the more comfortable option you have. Alright, head down to the 4-hour chart. I hope this is helpful. Alright, head down to the 4-hour chart. We can see market consolidation, break downwards. There is a indication of breaking downwards, and it came up to retracement. So does it give you a opportunity to re-enter and short the market? Think about it. Head down to 1-hour chart. This is what we have over here. Alright, back to daily chart. Well, this is my analysis. So this analysis is still valid, yeah? Still valid. Still valid. I never say it's invalid. You can definitely wait for a retest to short it downwards if you love to. You can try to engage the trade again, because you can say this is RSI divergence, showing weakness, losing a momentum. So you can short it downwards, no problem. But this candle doesn't look exactly weak, yeah? It doesn't look like a indecision candle that looks something like this. Alright, so you might have to wait for one more day if you trade off the daily chart. Head down to the 4-hour. A very simple resistance over here for a trading opportunity. And down to 1-hour chart, what do you see? A shark pattern. Very shark pattern. So if you have seen some of my analysis over here, let me just share it with you. Alright, so over here, this was exactly what happened on the pound Aussie. Okay, did I over? Alright, so this is what happened on the pound Aussie. No longer valid. I'll uninstall it. So this is how I manage my Slack group, yeah. So this is the exact trade that I shared with my subscriber. Alright, counter trend trade. Initial risk 243 pips, target 1. I'm not boasting, you see. 553 pips, target 2, 903 pips. Imagine just take the 100 pips profit and you roll down to 900 pips. 500 plus 900 is a 1450 over pips of profit if you split this trade into two. Alright, or you take individual targets. It will be 1400 and you just took 200 pips or 100 pips. You go crazy, man. Alright, so over here I did say short now. Right now, running a profit of 75 pips. Running profit shift stops to entry, attain a risk-free trade. Worst case scenario, actually I earned 4 pips from it. Alright, so trading at one point, I earned 120 pips last night. But market came out and stopped out at entry. So to me, it's just like market is luring me not to follow my rules for the next trade. But guess what? You won't take my soul. So this is just a fun side. Alright, so these are some of the signal that we put so traders can easily know what's my intention. This is trade engage. I shifted the target or stop loss. And this is hitting stops. Actually, it's profitable. I still profit of 4 pips. Still money, yeah. Alright, so that's that. Then, just now earlier when I am running through the trade, the temptation is so high, you know, because I was watching some US some webinar on social media, marketing stuff at 4 a.m. So I wake up at 4 a.m. and today I have networking session at 7, came back at about 3-4 p.m. So tempted to have a rest, but I tell myself I'm a disciplined trader. I have to go through my chart and I spotted this. So this is really, I really feel that the market is very much testing a trader perseverance, alright, and persistence in trading. Do you call a day off because just that you're tired? Alright, so this is something to think about. So this trade itself, the initial stop loss is 67 pips. The shark pattern that you spotted over here, 67 pips. Woohoo! Alright, then the first target 85 pips, second target 162 pips. look at my entry price, 1.8710. 1.8710. My cut loss, 1.8777. 8625 is my first target. Let us have a look over here. Without looking at the chart, without measuring, I know that I'm profitable because I shorted at this price. Make sense? So shorted means if the market go lower, I earn money. Just take it as a direction of trading. Yeah, 8710. We point to 8710. Look at the price over here. Okay, so this is the price. I'm earning 26 pips right now. It has not reached my first target, but it does feel good, isn't it? And what I want to stress is, I feel good is not because, of course, earning money feel good, but the motivation no longer comes from there. It's more towards I am following my trading rules. I am following my trading rules. It got stop up, it's fine. Hey, there's a shark pattern, valid, engage, trade, share with my community, earn money on both ends. Isn't that great? 4 hours. What are other traders are thinking? This is the one question I've always asked myself. Think like other traders. Market went up, came down. This is a double top. RSI divergence. Market break downwards, came back up. The trader over here, I'll tell you what they'll be thinking. They're thinking to short the market as a counter trend move and take profit at this price. So let me just draw some arrow to help your eyes see what am I looking at. But once I click my first click, all the drawings will come out. Alright, hope you don't mind. Alright, so over here, upward movement. Alright. Then I have a double top. Market came down to the low price and came back up. We test, not breaking this red resistance. So I may want to change to another color to help you a bit. Easier for you. So it came back up to this price, not break above and close above the price. Counter trend trader will come in and look for a shorting opportunity. And the good thing about this is that traders who are looking for shorting opportunity, they will look left, check for structure. Where will they short the market to? Where will they trade downwards to? Previous low. So previous low will be at this price. And if I draw a horizontal line over here, oh, I drew a couple of times here. So this is the level they are looking to exit. Can you see that? This is the level that they are looking to exit. Make sense? And the good thing about on my end, I am just waiting for a take profit in the partial of the move. I will exit fully somewhere around here. Take profit level 8548. It's just a bit higher, yeah. So over here. So there will be so many traders helping me to drive all the way down for the market for me. So isn't this even better for me? And this trade, yes, the risk is much lower than the previous trade. That the initial risk was about 200. Sorry, that wasn't this trade. Just let me give me a while, yeah. So you can see that we actually share quite a far bit. So 243 pips for initial risk, but once I earn the 70 pips, remember, I have shifted my stops to entry. Not every time I'll do that, just because it show me a lot of this magic candle. I'm not comfortable. So market is talking to excuse me. So market is talking to you. It really depends whether you understand it. That's the crucial and important part of it, yeah. So This is something for you to take note. Alright, let me just go through a couple of other interesting charts with you before we end off today's session. So today have a bit of bonus session, not too bad, yeah. So is this helpful for you guys? So a couple of things I did in my daily life. I do use US dollar and Sing, so I do a bit of analysis over here. I've accurately predicted that the market will come down to this price when the market was just hovering over here. So I'm waiting for it to appreciate before I do any withdrawal from USD to Sing. And of course, it does help me in some of the business decision or some of my friends that is doing freight forwarding and stuff like that. They know when is a better time to exchange their money for their benefit. Would they want a stronger US, a stronger Sing at their advantage to make the decision? So interestingly, a few weeks ago, I got a friend that asked me, can you help me to look at Ringgit and Thai Baht? So let me just hide the analysis first. So asked me to look at Ringgit and Thai Baht because she needed it. So today during the networking session, I was like sharing with my friends that how well it went. I actually wrote an article because since people around need it, why not just share it, isn't it? So I wrote an article to share what am I looking at and the things that pretty much over here. I post it on my LinkedIn. Alright, so LinkedIn article. Alright, I say this is the exchange rate 7.81 Thai Baht. This is the price over here. I say change now 7.81. Alright, perhaps it's a better rate if you need it by March. It may reach 7.87, but chances of it sliding to 7.73 and 7.61 is greater. How do I know that? Based on structure. Over here we talk about it's not gambling, it's technical, sometimes even fundamental analysis, and see how the trade roll out. So this was being posted, the Ask Forex 100 series. Alright, Ask Forex 100 series that people just hashtag us and ask 8 questions. So let us have a look. Alright, so excuse me. So this was the potential sell zone. So if you want to use Malaysia Ringgit to exchange for Thai Baht, you would want this Malaysia Ringgit to go as high as possible, because one Malaysia Ringgit exchange for how many Thai Baht? You want more Thai Baht, correct? So you want a higher value. So when over here it show a potential sell zone, meaning you say that a potential opportunity for people to sell it downwards, it is more likely for it to go down based off this structure. So this is at the moment when I did the analysis and tell my friend to do the change. And guess what? Today during networking, there's someone else who need the same counter. So I share exactly. I told her, is also her, the lady is also looking to change such currency pair. Alright? So guess what happened? Market came down. So this is not guessing. Alright, trading is never guessing. It's always looking at chart formation, pattern through the technical analysis, and at times we do look at news. It's not by a choice whether I choose to watch news today or not. It really depends whether there's any events. And for currency like Malaysia Ringgit and Thai Baht, which is not the 8 main currency, most of the time they do not have big news movement, political or social movement that that change the market movement. So it doesn't affect by the news mostly. Alright, so take note. So after I share this analysis, all my networking friends start asking me, hey, how about Sing to Thai Baht? So I have a look. So you cannot assume that this Ringgit and Thai Baht is best time to change in the month of March. It doesn't mean that the Sing and Ringgit is singing the same song. You see how different the candle is movement? On the daily chart, we are comparing apple to apple, yeah? The this candle doesn't look good, all right, and it doesn't close yet. It look a bit weaker towards the downside compared to the Sing. See, it's rising upwards, and this candle is not closed yet. So in order for me to have a clear analysis, I have to wait for the next candle form, which is 5 a.m. I will not check it at 5 a.m. I'll check it about 8, 9 a.m. It's fine. Alright, so I'll see how it closes. It may show that the Sing may appreciate against Thai baht. Alright, so this is something that you really have to look into and not to assume. Alright. So your trading and analysis skill do come in handy for you to make any decision in trading, even on Facebook, even on Bitcoin, even Ethereum, even oil, anything that is having a candlestick pattern or a chart, you can do your analysis. You see, oil, I did a draft. This is what I call a draft. That I'm looking for trading opportunity over here as a bad pattern, something like that. All right. So these are things that we do, and I'd like to share that some of you might be interested to say, hey, Rain, since you are doing this, can I learn from you? So this is something that we do. We wish to do it on a regular basis. So in a way that please do not say that, oh, this month maybe not, for no apparent reason. I'll go for the next. Yeah. In the month of April, we might be pretty busy. There is FX Pro actually engaged us to give a talk in Thailand. All right. The payment, everything has been secured. They have made their payment. So we're just waiting for the exact date on the month of April. So we have not planned anything else apart from 1st of April, which is our course. That's we are running the one-day course itself. Of course, they are also in thoughts of having us to teach the Vietnam market as well for this April. Few days ago, I received an invitation to teach the Chinese how to trade again. I used to teach in Mandarin, stay in China for 3 years. So there is another opportunity in talks in these few weeks. I'll have more information. So please do not have this tendency of waiting for the next and the next and the next, because we do believe that this year we have more engagement on a B2B basis than just the B2C. Alright, so I will be posting the registration link for you over the chat, so that if you are interested, on the 19th of March, we are having a workshop from 7 p.m. to 19th of March, 7 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Alright, so register. This session might be quite packed because earlier on there are a lot of people asking, hey, when's your workshop? When's your workshop? I'm interested, my friend is interested, my husband is interested, my partner is interested. I learned it before, I want to learn it again. You know, I used to be from different area and stuff like that. I learned it from elsewhere. I really want to put it to use, you know. So these are a couple of things that we have some inquiry. So maybe even by tomorrow the seats are filled. Alright, so do just register over here. And of course, if you have questions like, hey, I want to get into your these trade ideas subscription, we have these trade ideas position that we share on harmonic pattern, mainly all the 8 harmonic patterns over here. Myself and my partner Boon Hui will be doing that. Trade ideas analysis is pretty much on my end, that I'll be sharing the double top pattern, the flag pattern and stuff like that. You do see some tails of harmonic pattern, but I'm sharing a different setup. Alright, and Trade Ideas Educator is where we record a video series to not just sharing our targets, but why we do so in a video mode. Alright, look something like this over here. I have muted the sound. Alright, so it is a learning lesson. It's a learning on the go as well. So all these three at a crazy price of just 297 a month. And of course, if you're looking to commit a quarter, you save 10% a month. That is only $267.30. and of course you are looking at a year commitment, you get 2 months free. So average out at $247.50. So it is, if you ask me, it is really a steal. Yeah. So this is what we have over here. All right, I have shared with you the link. All right, so that is all, guys. That is all. Once again, I'd like to thank all of you for making your time here, arranging to be here and make this possible. It is really a fun session. If you love to receive patterns, you love to receive these are weekly market analysis that I scheduled to post every week on our Facebook channel from 8:15 a.m. all the way to 8:45 a.m. on our first 3 currency pair: Euro dollar, pound dollar, and dollar yen. Scan and like our Facebook to receive the weekly market analysis. If you love to see us live, and as we are sorting out our time from a couple of time in doing this to have the most effective crowd, we are still observing, looking at our insights. Just follow our Facebook. The likelihood that we will be doing is on Wednesday. Alright, so just scan this code, like our Facebook page, or you can just click, you are already in our Facebook page, click like and follow, and I will see you guys soon. Remember, always plan your trade and trade your plan, and I will see you soon on the next video.